insisted on handling all our banking, claiming she wanted to save me the stress since I was busy with the firm. I had called it love. Now I suspected it was a cage. I needed to know what was on the other side of that locked door. At 3 a.m., the house was a tomb. I crept downstairs, my bare feet cold on the polished oak floors. I found her iPad in the kitchen, or sitting innocently next to a fruit bowl. My hands were shaking so hard I nearly dropped it. I'm not a suspicious man, but an architect knows when a wall is leaning. I tried her usual passcode, our wedding date. Denied. I tried the girls' birthdays. Denied. My heart hammered against my ribs like a trapped bird. Then I remembered a date she mentioned once. Years ago, the date her late sister, Martha, supposedly died in a car accident. She had wept when she told me that story, describing the rainy night in Vermont. I tried that date, May 12, 2005. The screen bloomed to life. I felt a wave of nausea hit me. Tucked away on the third page of apps, disguised with the icon of a generic calculator, was a Vault app. I entered the same code. It opened into a gallery that felt like a punch to the solar plexus. There were hundreds of photos. Not of a man, which is what I had braced myself for, but of a boy. A boy who looked exactly like Sarah. He had her high cheekbones, her slightly crooked smile, and those piercing blue eyes. And then I saw the documents. PDFs of bank transfers, school tuition receipts for a place called Blackwood Academy, and a birth certificate for one Julian Jenkins. Mother, Sarah Jenkins. Father, unknown. The next morning, I didn't go to the office. I drove to New Haven to see Dave, a forensic accountant. We sat in his war room, a windowless office filled with 3 monitors and the smell of industrial-strength espresso. "Elias, take a look at this," Dave said, tapping a screen showing a complex web of transactions. "Your wife didn't just hide a son. She built a financial ghost ship, and she registered an entity called SJ Legacy LLC. But look at the routing numbers. It's tied to your firm's federal tax ID. She's been billing your clients for ancillary design consulting and permit expediting, then diverting those checks directly into an account that feeds a bank in Blackwood, Massachusetts." "Wait," I said, leaning in. "Scroll back to the Smithson project. I remember that billing. I thought it was for the structural engineer." Dave clicked through a spreadsheet. "Nope. June 14th, 2024. $12,450. Billed under Smithson Site Prep. But look at the signature on the authorization form, Elias." He zoomed in. It was